Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Sam. I'm a licensed hairstylist, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how hairstylists make money, how we do our taxes. I did a Q&A on Instagram a few weeks ago, and I was getting quite a lot of questions asking, how do hairstylists make money? Or do you get paid commission, or do you booth rent? And how do you do your taxes as a hairstylist? That was a really popular question. And I promised that I would do a separate video so that I could dive a little bit deeper into it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So whether you're interested in getting into this field and you just want to know what to expect, or if you are just curious and want to know how your hairstylist gets paid and where's all your money going when you're paying for services. Hopefully you'll find this video helpful. And by the way, sorry that I've been a little bit inconsistent with the uploads. If you do follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I just adopted a puppy earlier this week. Oh my God. He is the most precious thing ever. I do have a vlog coming very soon. It should be my next video. I will introduce you to him and tell you the whole story of how I got him, because oh God, it's been a journey. Okay, so how do hairstylists make money? There isn't just like one simple answer for this, because it really depends on what kind of stylist you are and how you work, how you take clients. So let's start with hairstylists that work in a corporate chain salon, right? So like Supercuts, Great Clips, Holiday Hair, those kinds of places. Even Ulta, the Ulta salons. JCPenney salons, Regis salons. So if you're a stylist working in a salon like that, you're gonna get paid a small amount hourly, and then you're also gonna get a commission percentage on the services that you do. But keep in mind that the cost for the services at those kinds of salons, with the exception of Ulta, their prices are actually pretty high. But like a Great Clips, a Supercuts, the whole point is people are supposed to be in and out really quickly, and the price point is very low. So that's what's gonna go into their paycheck, the hourly rate and then the commission for the services that they perform. Stylists that work at corporate chain salons also can make a commission off of the retail sales. So if they have a client and they sell them shampoo and conditioner, they will get a percentage of the cost for that shampoo and conditioner. And then of course they're also going to make tips. So any tips that get added to a credit card, say somebody is paying for their service with a card and then they want to add a tip onto the card, that's going to go into their paycheck. But if they're just handed a cash tip, then that's just like a gift. They could just put it in their pocket and bring that home with them at the end of the day. So when you're a stylist working at a corporate chain salon, you're just an employee of that salon. So the taxes are automatically going to get taken out from your paycheck every pay period. You don't have to worry about setting aside money from your pay for taxes and paying your own taxes at the end of the quarter or the year. Now, another option is to be a commission stylist at a private salon. That's actually what I do. That's what I've been doing since graduating beauty school the last like 3 years now. Personally, I love it because I just come to work, do my clients, and then I leave. And then I have nothing to worry about after I leave. Like once I leave the salon, that's it. I don't have to think about it because I'm not the owner. It's not my business. But I like it because I do have more control than I would if I worked in a corporate chain salon. And I also am allowed to make more. My commission is going to be more just because the cost of the services are more expensive. So if you are a commission stylist in a private salon, you are just getting commission off of the services that you perform. So if I have a day where I don't have anybody on my schedule and I don't do any services, I'm not getting paid any money for that day. And the commission rate, again, it varies depending on the salon, depending on how much experience you have. But on average, I would say a commission stylist will get anywhere from 40 to 60% commission on all of the services that they perform. Now, of course, we also get tips in addition to that, same way as working in a corporate salon. It can be added on to a credit card and then it'll go into your paycheck, or you can be handed cash and you'll get the full amount and take that home with you at the end of the day. Commission stylists also will make commission on retail that they sell as well. Like I said, if they're selling shampoo and conditioner, styling products, anything like that to their clients. And commission stylists, again, we are employees of the salon where we work. So we don't have to pay for anything. We don't have to pay for any of the products or supply anything. Our bosses supply all of that. The salon owner provides everything we need, and then whatever services we do, we get a percentage of it, and then the salon owner keeps a percentage as well to help cover the cost of keeping the salon up and running, the cost of product, etc. So as a client, when you're going to a private salon and your stylist is a commission stylist, say you're paying $300 for a color service, that $300 is not all going to the stylist. About half of it is going to the stylist. Whatever tip you give is going to the stylist, and then the other half, or maybe 40-60% of that $300 is going back to the salon. So whether you work in a corporate salon or you are a commissioned stylist in a privately owned salon, you don't have to worry about doing your own taxes, which is great. It's the same way if you were an employee anywhere else. If you ever worked retail or something like that, you get your paycheck at the end of the week or at the end of every 2 weeks, depending, and the taxes are already taken out of there for you. Now, if you were booth renting, or you own a salon suite, or you actually own like a full-on salon, that's when things get a little bit different. So at that point, you are no longer considered an employee. You are considered self-employed. So booth renting is something that isn't actually available in all states. Where I live in Pennsylvania, it's actually illegal. I'm not sure why. I'm sure, like everything else, it comes down to money somehow. There are some salons where it's just like a regular salon, but the stylist has to pay to rent their station. And usually when a stylist is booth renting, they also have to provide all of their own product, their own color, their own tools, all that kind of stuff. There are some things that the salon will provide to them that's included in their rent, usually like the back bar stuff, like the shampoo, towels, capes, that kind of stuff. Again, depending on the salon. Booth renting is nice for the stylist because they aren't responsible for the actual building as a whole. They literally are just renting their one little station, their one little area where they can work, and that's it. And then everything else the salon owner will kind of take care of and be responsible for. They're just paying the salon owner to use that space in their salon. So when the stylist is booth renting, again, let's say as a client, you pay $300 for a service. That $300 is going all straight to that stylist, but then they also have expenses now that they have to cover. So unlike the commission stylist, where the salon owner keeps a certain percentage of the cost of services, booth renters take that full amount, but they do have to pay that booth renting fee every week or every month, depending on how that particular salon operates. And then they also have to cover the cost of the products that they used and their tools and all that kind of stuff. So even though, yeah, that $300 they do get to keep, they don't have to give any of that to somebody else, but it's still costing them money to be able to provide that service to you in the first place. Say they have to pay $500 a week to rent their station. Even if they only do like $200 of services for the entire week, they still have to pay that $500 rental fee each week. Doesn't matter how little services they do, how much or how little money they make. And when you are booth renting, you are considered self-employed. So you do have to pay your own taxes and be responsible for that. This is something that I do have personal experience with, because although I am a commissioned stylist, like I said, and I don't have to worry about paying my own taxes for what I make at the salon, I do have to pay my own taxes for the money I make from YouTube. There's actually an app that I started using a couple of months ago that has been so helpful when it comes to doing taxes as a self-employed person. So if you do want to go down the route of being a self-employed stylist, I highly, highly recommend. It's called Found. Basically, you just put in all of your information, all the information that you would fill out on a tax form, and then it'll give you an estimate of how much you owe in taxes, and then any kind of business expenses. So the cost to rent out your station, the cost for your color, your supplies, your tools, taking a hair class to further your education, all of those things are business expenses. They're things that you are paying for to help with your business, to help you make money at your job. So those are tax write-offs. So you can actually track it all in the app, and it's so helpful because before I discovered this, I'm not even gonna lie, I was just keeping a note in my phone, and it was just like a list of all the expenses that I had for YouTube. Like anytime I would buy like a new piece of equipment or something like that, I would just write it down in my note. I would put how much it cost and like the date, and I had to save all of my receipts. It was a pain. And then every time I would go to do my taxes at the end of the year, my tax lady would just be like, are you freaking kidding me with this? And I'd have to sit there with her for a while going through everything, and then she would end up charging me more money because it would be more work for her. So now that I found this app, it just makes it so easy because you can just keep track of all of your expenses. When you add a new expense in, you can pick the category that it falls into, and it'll calculate how much it's going to remove from what you owe in taxes. You can even upload receipts onto this, and they do provide you with a debit card. So you can load funds onto your Found account and then use your Found debit card to pay for all of your business expenses, and then that way it'll just automatically come right up in the app. But you can also add expenses in manually too if you want. But it's just a really, really helpful tool. You do still have to be responsible for doing your taxes at the end of the quarter or at the end of the year. It's not going to like file them for you, but it'll provide you with a really nice comprehensive report that you can just give to your accountant, or if you decide to file your taxes yourself online, it just breaks everything down and it simplifies it so much. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention, the app is 100% free to use. That's the most amazing part. So if you want to try it out, I will have a link in my description. And thank you so much to Found for working with me and sponsoring this video. Okay, so we talked about booth renting stylists. Now there's also salon suite owners and just salon owners. Salon suites are kind of just like, I don't know, the best way for me to describe it is like, think of just like an office building, and there's just these individual little like office suites, and each one is rented out by an individual stylist. So even though they're all working in the same building, they all have their own separate doors and they all have their own separate business. So just because you'll have two stylists that are in the same like salon suite building does not mean that their businesses are the same. They operate completely separately. They do not work together in any way, shape, or form. The only similarity they have is that they are renting their space from the same landlord that owns that building. Usually in salon suites, you'll have a stylist that just works by themselves. It's usually just like a one-room kind of situation. And in that case, the stylist has to pay rent for the actual suite, and then they have to provide everything for themselves. They have to have a business license, they have to have insurance, they have to be responsible for their own marketing, for all of their own supplies and tools and products, everything. So when you pay for a service that you get done by a salon suite owner, yes, again, the full amount is going to them, but they have a lot more overhead expenses. And same thing, they are considered self-employed, so they have to be responsible for paying their own taxes. And then a salon owner, it's very similar to a salon suite owner, but it's on a much larger scale. And especially if they have employees that work for them, that's just more that you have to pay for. I never like owned a business where I had employees working for me, so I had no idea like how much actually went into it. I'm very fortunate that my boss is like really transparent and she shares a lot of this information with me, but it costs salon owners money to have employees on payroll. There's a lot of expenses that go into owning a salon. That's why they say that if you open a business, any business, but especially a salon, the owner really doesn't bring in any like profit for the first, I think what they say, like 5 years. It takes like 5 years to really start making profit. And again, they are responsible for not only doing their own taxes, but if they have employees, they have to be responsible for their taxes as well. Because remember, the employees are not paying their own taxes. That's automatically getting taken out of their paycheck. So the owner has to be the one that is responsible for all of that and making sure that all of that is getting done correctly. Hey! Hi, look who woke up from his nap. Oh, you're gonna lick all my makeup off of me. Hi. Hi. Oh, did you have a good nap? Look. Oh my goodness. Look at this polka dot butt. Is that not the cutest? Oh, and then lastly, I almost forgot, of course, there are stylists that just kind of do like freelance. They do their own thing, maybe work out of their house, have a home salon, do house calls, will come to your home to do hair. They also would be considered self-employed and would be responsible for doing their own taxes. What's kind of nice about having a salon suite out of your house is obviously you don't have like an additional rent that you need to pay, and whatever you're paying for your home, whether you're renting it or paying a mortgage, a percentage of that can count as a tax write-off because you're operating your business out of a portion of your home. But again, you would of course be responsible for your own products and all of your own tools, marketing, business license, insurance, all of that kind of stuff too. So I hope that that was a good breakdown for you guys. I know that for me, when I was still in cosmetology school, I had no idea what options I had once I graduated, and I didn't know what the difference was, how I would get paid in each scenario, like what was going to be the best option for me. Again, don't forget to check out that link in the description to try out Found, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. And don't forget, stay tuned for my vlog so you can meet this little guy. Just going right back to sleep. Bye guys.